So what you're looking at here is a big mess of wires and the finished wood piece. Now I'm gonna start getting some of the wiring done on it and figured I'd document it. So this is just a little wiring diagram I drew up. This is just the power wiring. Straight out the battery, the fuse, then distribution block, 4 to 8 gauge wire run to the amps, and then 8 to 4 gauge wire to ground. It's pretty simple. So since I'm gonna carpet this piece of wood here, pretty much my design is gonna involve the amplifiers obviously on top of them, and then there's gonna be holes going through, and the wires, I've got blue and black for that. The wires are gonna go through and pretty much hide the mess behind the whole thing. So since I want to do that, running the wires through the wood, I'm gonna have to drill the holes before I put the carpet on and make sure everything will line up with the carpet on. So yeah, so far only one of the amplifiers has come in, and it is the Scar M400 4D 4-channel amplifier. I'm doing the mini series on the amps, and I'm also gonna get a bass amp. Thinking one's gonna go there, and distribution blocks here. So I'm just gonna pretty much just mock it up with one, because I'm not gonna bolt it down obviously right now, and just get a general idea for everything. The other amplifier I'm getting is the Scar SKM500 1D, I think it's called. That's the mono block amplifier, and then these are just the new concepts, 4 gauge to 8 gauge. And so this is what I have drawn up. Distribution blocks there, amp there, and amp there at the top. Let me know what you think of this layout, and if you'd recommend something else, comment it for like the 3 people that are watching. Sorry. Next up is to drill the holes for the wiring. So I want this to look aesthetically pleasing, so to figure out which way the distribution blocks and amps are oriented is important to me. I think I'm gonna go with the 4 gauge coming in from the bottom, and then the 2 8 gauges are going out the top. Alright, so I got the first drill hold. Alright, so I got the first hole drilled, and this is where the 4 gauge is going, and is plenty big to fit even with carpet wrapped around in there. So I'm just gonna repeat for the other side. Alright, so I hate my life because some shit fell my life. So I dropped my damn distribution block into the sump pump and I had to fish it out. Alright, so here we are with progress. I didn't really record any of the hole drilling. But you can see I got the distribution block holes. I left this one blank. This is the mono block amp that I don't have in yet, so I'm not going to drill any holes because I obviously don't know where to drill them. But then up here, ignore this and this. This is where the amp is going to go. And then that's the speaker outs, positive, ground, and that's where the RCAs are going to go. So I might run into a problem in the future where I don't know how the carpet is going to respond to it, to the holes. I know when people do cutouts, they're usually a lot bigger. So I guess we'll see. I mean, I'm sure this will do the job. I just don't know how well. But next video, or I'm sorry, next clip, but next clip, which will be in a few days for me, I'll record the planning out and drilling of these holes here, and then so next clip will be in a few days for me actually, when I get the mono block amp in, and I'll be planning out and drilling the holes, and I'll show you kind of the process I went through to do so.
Wow.
Now we're on to the wiring stage. Outside of the car, I can do a little bit of wiring, but only the 8 gauge from the distribution block to the 8 gauge terminals of the amplifiers. I got it all wired up now. Positive and ground to both amps. I didn't film the ground because it was kind of redundant. I think it looks pretty cool. It's gonna look really slick. Can't see all the wire mess, you just can see the wires coming straight out of the components. On the back is where we might have some issues, just because these nuts are sticking out and I don't want that to hit that and rub and maybe cause some wear on the wires. So I'm gonna have to come up with a solution for that. Maybe some hot glue over the nuts or over the bolts, just to protect it a little bit. But other than that, I'll do a test to make sure that there's connection between all the points, and then that should be good for outside of the car wiring.